did record before. I'll ask you to introduce yourselves and your companies and the purpose, your goals, so what exactly you wanted to achieve as a result of this workshop. We'll then talk about selection of the right products for the export markets. Then we'll talk about selection of the right export markets. On a break, after the break, I believe we have a presentation from EDC, right? Okay. And after that, we'll look into how you do the market research, the research of your export market, and most importantly, why you do the research, because there is a lot of misconceptions about the research. Many businesses and business owners think they don't need the research, but I'm going to show you why exactly you need the research and how to do that cost effectively and relatively fast. After the lunch break, we will be working. I will ask to work on the workbooks that we distributed for you. So there will go out an hour and a half time allocated for you to work individually. And then after that, we will get all together and we will discuss what we've just accomplished. Everybody will have an opportunity to present their answers on the questions, and those answers on the questions in the workbook, they essentially represent your market research and your export market selection. And the next day we will be working on your export marketing plan. Is that clear? Any questions on the agenda? Okay. So let's move on. We've seen the slide before, just because there is an access for Wi-Fi. Just to remind, so this is a very intense workshop, so please stay focused. If you need to make a call, please do it outside of the room. I understand you are all busy and you may have some stuff going on at work, so that's okay. Just make sure that you do it outside. Questions and answers will be after each session. I'll ask you to ask your questions, and we'll be happy to answer them. Please keep them until we allocate the time. Just for the effectiveness of this workshop, we introduce that. And now I'd like to ask every one of you to introduce yourselves, your companies, briefly your product or service, and also what are your goals? What is it that you're trying to achieve as a result of this workshop, or what brought you here? So, can we start clockwise? Sir?
Yeah, well, my name is Oscar Chavez. I'm working for Latin Foods. It's a company of cheese production. And we're here to look for information about the export markets, especially U.S. Alberta is not only oil and gas, so happy to be here.
Oh, well, I work also for Latin Food. I'm the administrator and developer, product development for new products. We produce cheese in our facility, and well, we're here to see what's going on in the rest of the world.
I'm Roger Foster. I represent Pleasant Valley Oil Mills. We produce a cold pressed canola oil right on a railroad colony here in Alberta, directly on their farm. And I'm here to help figure out how to increase sales, drive some export sales.
My name's Nathan Ryan. I operate Pollen Intermediary and make an alcoholic beverage out of honey. I'm here because I've had some requests from distributors out of the U.S. for some of our products, and I have no idea where to start, so hoping this is good.
My name is Hong Wang. I'm from Canola Food Trading Company, and I want to explore the canola oil and for flax oil from Canada to China market. So I want to draw this course and to learn how to export the product from Canada to China.
So we have suppliers and distributors in one, right?
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm Rhonda Goldberg. I'm with All Natural Flavored Snacks. I produce a flavored banana chip and flavored sweet potato fry in the market here with the International Relations and Marketing Branch. Great. So my name is Bonnie Nari with Calgary Economic Development. So I actually oversee the Global Business Center, and apologies if it was a little hard to find. It can be for some, for sure. And I also oversee international relations. So if you're not familiar with Calgary Economic Development, we have a very complementary role to what the government of Alberta does. We help local companies as well as international in terms of growing their business both here and abroad. And I also am exploring the agribusiness sector, so it hasn't traditionally been an area of focus for Calgary Economic Development, but it is certainly now, of course, how you're very fond of that. So yes, so I'm just here to learn and learn more about the businesses and also learn from people and that as well.
My name is Christian Chivolo. I work for a company called WA Grain and Pulse Solutions. We're a grain trading company, currently exports raw grains. We trade domestically as well. We're looking to get into the food ingredients side of the industry and kind of expand that export market.
I'm Monica Claus. I'm the general manager for the Alberta Seed Processors. We're a collection of 67 different facilities located all across Alberta and into the Peace Country. We currently supply some services to companies like WA Grain. I'm here to try to collect some information so that our facilities, I'm not sure if I'm assuming that if they were interested in becoming a direct export, that they would be sitting here, or I would hope so. But my facility here is to try to ensure that if we are supplying companies like WA or maybe a flaxseed company or whatever, what things we need to do in order to supply that marketplace. So I'm not sure that we'll be actually exporting ourselves, but we might be a supplier or a collection point for those raw agricultural products.
I'm Joe Hanson from the Calgary Seed Cleaning Co-op, part of the Association of Alberta Seed Cleaning Co-ops. I'm here just to find out information and to be one of those people that can offer services for export. I'm McLean, I'm with the Yukon Marine Services. I'm just kind of working with some producer friends, helping them export some of their corn.
My name is Landon Strunks with Woodall Farms. We are seed producers and offer pollination services and honey production. And I'm here mostly just to look at opportunities, places we can go with our honey.
Mm-hmm. So we have a pretty good spectrum of various agriculture and food products, which is very good. So I'll try to plug in your examples during the presentation, but we'll obviously work individually more in the afternoon. Okay, so let's get started. Let's start with the foundations. There are two foundations, two pillars that you absolutely must have before you venture into the export markets. And without them, your export journey will not be that successful. And the first pillar is your unique selling proposition. Unique selling proposition is basically the reason why your customers purchase your product from you versus purchasing from your competitor, versus purchasing any supplementary products, versus doing nothing, versus purchasing nothing. So every product, I'm sure, has the unique reason or unique feature or unique benefit that it brings that makes people to buy that specific product. And in order to identify those unique features and benefits, you can ask yourself, what are my product advantages? What are those specific features, benefits? Maybe it's a flavor, maybe it's quality, maybe it's price. So you should ask yourself those questions. The other way to look into unique selling proposition and identify it is to ask yourself, what are the unique needs that our buyers have that our products satisfy. Maybe your product lasts longer. Maybe you can provide some sort of a guarantee that your competitors cannot provide, or maybe you can deliver products faster than your competitors, or maybe you can customize the shipment to the needs of your to the needs of your customers. So those one or two features or benefits will be your unique selling proposition, will be the differentiation, your differentiation from the competitors. And the reason why you need to know that in advance, before you start exporting, before you start even exploring export markets, is that this is going to be the reason that you will be putting in your ads, in your negotiations, in every communication that you have with a potential foreign customer. You have to communicate the reason why a foreign customer has to buy from you, and that unique selling proposition is in fact the reason. Can anyone give an example of their selling proposition, their unique benefit or advantage? Don't be shy. Go ahead.
Okay. For mine, I started with a commodity banana, and I didn't want to be up against a commodity banana in the market, so I created the flavor banana. That was the start of our company. And then for the sweet potato fry, I market it as a French fry in a bag. There really isn't anything like that in North America, anyways, I know. So that's how I market these two. And we use the top fruit as market, which is banana, the top 10 fruits, and the top 10 vegetables. For health-wise, sorry.
Yeah, but see, we're getting closer to this point. So, why should I buy banana chips versus potato chips?
Oh, what I would sell it based on?
Hmm?
Banana chips are high in I go into the nutritional aspects of everything. The way we deep fry our product is different. We use the back and fry process. It's a whole story behind our product. Is that what you want me to tell?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So this is the unique difference. This is the unique feature or benefit why banana chips are different from other products, and why the consumer should focus on banana chips versus potato chips or versus something else. So that unique feature and benefit is your unique selling proposition. That's the reason why your customers buy from you. Any questions on this one? Anyone wants to share other example?
Well, I can share ours.
Absolutely.
Our product is cheese. We produce a Hispanic or Latin American style cheese. This cheese, you can grill it, and it doesn't melt when you grill it. And it's, so you can go in the barbecue, in the grill, or in the pan, whatever. You put the cheese, and it would taste like a grilled cheese sandwich without the bread, without the pure protein. So it's made here in Alberta. So we have this unique.
Yeah, that's exactly. That's a very interesting example. So these cheeses cannot melt. This is quite unique feature, and you can use it in many different recipes. So that's also a good example of unique difference, unique selling proposition. Okay. Very good. Okay, let's move on. The other foundation is knowing your ideal customers. It doesn't matter whether you sell to the other businesses or selling directly to the consumers. You should still know who those consumers are, where they are, and how to profile them, how to find them. On the slide here, you see a couple of recommendations how to slice and dice your customer audience. We recommend to focus on very narrow niche of the customers, by demography, by geography, by their financial situation. If it's business to business, then by its size and by its location. The reason is that you cannot afford to advertise to everybody. You can only afford to advertise to a certain group that is more receptive to your product, that is most willing to buy your product versus any other product. So that's why you need to know who your ideal customer is as precisely as possible. Can anyone share the examples of their ideal customers? Yeah, please. We haven't heard that side.
That's the big thing with exporting is the risk element.
Oh, we'll get to risks later, but that's in your case. Who do you think consumes your product?
question.
Okay, so that framework will actually help you to identify and profile those customers as precisely as possible. Yeah, just to give you an idea, you can look into, first of all, geographic markets and the social demographic profile. So let's say whether the ideal consumers are males or females, something like that. Yeah.
In our case, the females are the first one that looks for the product because they are like housewife or ethnicities are all ethnicities like European, same Latin. They love the cheese. In U.S., for example, they have some states that the proportion of Latin people is one Latin for every 5
Right.
people. So it's a lot of and children are the best.
Okay. Yeah, very good. So in your case, you have a little bit of an ethnicity component in the product. So this makes your life a little bit easier. However, on the long term, you may want to look into other groups, not necessarily Latin, just to expand the opportunities because it's really for everybody. But right now, you cannot afford to market to everybody. That's why focus on only 1 or 2 groups that you know for sure knows your product and they are more willing to buy your product.
So where we market is our gluten-free, peanut-free, vegan. Those are our people.
Very good.
And I tag into those loyal customers, and then of course it's for everybody. And then I targeted a new kids market for kids snacks. So so those are what we target.
Yep, that's a good example too. Any ages, by the way, that
Oh,
any specific age group that you're targeting?
age group?
Age group, yes.
Well, for this it's like.
No, that's the kids,
oh,
yeah, for sure.
For the other products, it's anywhere from I'd say 12 to 60. I mean, it's a wide range, but that's why we target within that range. Because we align with the Celiac Association as well. So in a big market, you have to choose your segments.
Yep, and that's exactly the reason why we brought up this framework, and that's the reason why you should know who your ideal customers are. Okay. Any questions on either ideal customers or selling proposition? I guess no. Okay. You have opportunity to ask questions anytime later. Okay, let's now talk about the selection of the right product for the export markets. Most of you have several different products, and it's not necessarily clear which of those products is the best suitable for the export markets. And here's a couple of recommendations, a couple of factors that we recommend to consider in order to select the right product for export markets. First of all, margin. If you have several different products and different margins for each product, then your ideal product to start exporting with will be the one with higher margin. The reason is that developing export sales and exporting is more expensive than domestic business development and domestic trade and domestic shipping. For this reason, you want to make sure that your product has a higher margin to make sure that you can offset this cost and also to provide you the room for negotiations with your potential customer, because your potential customer may ask for a discount and you have to be able to afford this discount. The other factor is adaptability of the product. When we talk about adaptability and adaptation of the product, we talk not only about the requirements to adapt the product that were imposed by foreign governments, we also talk about the requirements that foreign consumers impose. So they expect this product to be in a certain package, they expect a certain volume of products, they expect maybe certain labels or certain brands. So we have to make sure that you have to make sure that your product can be adapted to the requirements and the needs of the export markets. the other factor is, we'll actually go back a little bit to the selling proposition, but the other reason why, the other factor to consider when selecting the product is the unique need, and try to see if that unique need exists in the export markets and what export markets are more willing to consume that product. The simple example could be ice cream. Like in Canada, we don't typically eat ice cream in the winter, only in the summer. So the ice cream company may have better success in, let's say, southern United States in the winter time. So that's one example. Because here in Canada, we don't have this need in the winter, but down south, there is this need. For last but not least, consider those products and those products that are already established. That you typically don't want to go with a new product on the export market. You wanted to first taste the water here in Canada or like in North America maybe. But the reason why you should go with established product is because you want to make sure that the quality is consistent. You want to make sure that you can supply as much products as required by the foreign customers without any delays, because delays in international trade are costly, and you're going to be responsible for those delays. So that's why I go with already established and proven product. Any questions on selection of the products? Anyone has more than one or two products that they consider exporting? We don't talk about those. We don't talk about some like sub-products or say variation of different variations of the same products. But it's more like if you have different type of grains or different type of cheese, something like that. Any questions, comments? No? Okay, so let's move on. Oh. Now let's talk about selection of the right export markets. There are two strategies how you can select the right export markets. First of all, you can look into where other Canadian companies export similar products, and this will give you a very good idea on what your target markets are. And there are two sources of information how you can get this stats and data. The first one is Industry Canada database, Trade Data Online database. So this is the database that gives you the data on where every Canadian product was exported, and it also gives you up to 5 years of stats, so you can look into the dynamics. The other source is United Nations Comtrade database. That one covers all countries, not only Canadian exports. That one is useful if you, let's say, have a target market. Let's say it's United States, and you also wanted to see what other countries supply similar product to the United States. In this case, you want to go to Comtrade database, but for the purpose of this workshop, we will be focusing on Industry Canada database. And I wanted to show you how it works right now, if you don't mind. I need the example of the product from the audience. Anyone wants to volunteer with their product?
Canola oil.
Canola oil, very good. So I'll just type in the address. So this is the interface. No, I don't want to do any survey. You start with search by product, and it's going to show you the screen where you can choose search for a product, and also right here in trading partners you pick all countries detailed. So that will give you the list of all countries separately. And we identified canola oil, so what we'll do, we'll just type in canola oil. And it will give us several different codes, several different subtypes of the oil. maybe we can narrow it down. See, we can go with the general category, or we can narrow it down to the specific product, specific application. Which one do you want to explore?
151411.
151411, that one.
Yeah.
Yep, okay, there we go. So we click add product to the selection and we hit run report. And here's what we see. We see that actually United States and China, they are, well, almost similar. And actually see in 2013 China consumed even more than the States. We also see that a lot of canola oil goes to Chile, South Korea, Hong Kong, kind of part of China, and other, yeah? Oh, sorry, yeah, absolutely. So we see that Asian markets are very perceptive to that product. We see Mexico here, Germany. So and this is the volume in dollars, volume of trade in dollars. So this will give you an idea on what are the export markets that are right for you. And we can search every single product through this database. There is no single example where the product is not here. If you can't find your product during the afternoon work, let me know. I'll come by and we'll figure it out. But see, it takes a couple of minutes to run this report, but the value of this information is incredible because you see exactly what markets are most likely to buy this specific product that you are trading or that you are producing. You want one other example?
Whey protein.
Wheat protein.
Whey protein. WHEY. Whey. WHEY.
WHEE. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Let's just search that and see what results it give us. So which one is closest one?
Let's just do whey.
Wait, okay. We just remove canola oil. Oh, there we go. Very interesting stats. That's kind of surprising,
Yeah.
but that's why we're here for. Yeah. I wonder what caused this spike in Jamaican consumption. Do you have any idea why is
No,
that?
actually, that surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
United States, of course.
Yeah.
Surprised, but Jamaica,
Mhm.
Thailand being up there is surprising.
Right. Egypt, quite a lot too. Very interesting. Okay, so this is how I use this database, and let's go back to the presentation. Now, once you identify those top 3 or 5 markets, don't go with 10 markets. Just oh, sorry.
Just a question on the last database. Those are just Canadian volumes, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So I mean, the volatility and spikes could be the result of Canadian companies winning, losing contracts. It's not reflected necessarily of market demand.
No.
Yeah, so that's interesting in itself. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it also doesn't reflect currency fluctuations, those things. So it's just a pure dollar volume of dollar value of all exports by country. But that's a very good question because the next thing you should do is to actually filter this information and